Well, hello guys, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. In this episode, we're doing the phone ending.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're gonna to do this ending, we have to head to the room where we did the powerful ending, the cold feet ending, you know what I'm talking about.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So we're gonna go past here and go straight down this hallway.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You're just gonna... Now, we've gone...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We've been here lots of times. We've jumped off, we've jumped down. We've done a lot here, but we've never gone over there. We're gonna go over there finally.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Let me be honest.
Stanley,
Wait.
your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
She's been waiting.
I'm gonna be honest. This is not one of my favorite endings. I don't know if it's my least favorite, but I just have a problem with this
That's
one.
her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Yeah, let's do it. I just have problems with this ending. I don't know why either. It's just kind of always been one of those things.
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Nope, I'm outie.
Sorry, but you're in my story now. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Just do what it says. You can't stop it.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Now, I've seen a lot of people, complain about, or, try to fight back against not complain, but, try to fight back against the narrator. I see no point in it.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Now, you can kind of see where this ending's going.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Ooh.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind control.
We've seen that.
And down another was a yellow line.
We saw that in the last
many
episode.
directions. and down another was a game with a baby.
You've seen
And
that?
he called it the Stanley Parable.
Now, one of the things is, this is one of the, if not the deepest ending in the game. It gets the most philosophical, quote unquote, at least in my opinion.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
And on one hand, I should really like this, but there's just something that's like, it's deep, but I think it's, I don't know. There's just, somewheres inside me, I have some sort of problem with this ending. I don't know, really. It's just...
But there is no answer.
I've always just had a problem.
In reality,
that's how it's always been for me.
All he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Now, in the gaming ending, I talked about how this was all... The game always felt like one big metaphor about following order. And then, so I like the idea here, but I kind of wish there was more of an option once you were in here. I don't know. There's a lot of metaphorical stuff going on about choice and will and follow, which I do like. I do like that.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
See, right here, like I was saying, would be the perfect opportunity to create a branching path. But no, it doesn't exist. You have to do it. And while I see, okay, it's what the ending was going for, that could be one version of the ending. I'd like to see another. But one.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I also like the idea, this. Question nothing, do your job, and it'll kill you. That is deep. How never questioning, just living a safe life, a safe, long life, and how this can, be, but, there was a thing where it was like, you can either live a very long, boring life, like something like Stanley, or you can live a short, more adventurous life. Which one would you have? I kind of wish they'd give you this option here. But no. But yet, okay, I've been complaining about this ending, right? That, it's not, but yet, I still like it. I just talked about a lot of things I like about this ending still. I like the metaphors. I like the deep stuff. And I like the ideas. Question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
Deep.
And
Deep,
Stanley
man.
pushed a button. And I